Hello everyone, my name's Larry, aka Simidad. Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the Mini Mileage Adventure series. My series on Euro Truck Simulator 2, where we are trucking our way through Europe, including all the pro mods, and all the jobs we're taking on this series are all under 320 miles. So if you are enjoying the series so far, hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already, give me any feedback down below. This episode ahead was originally live streamed. They've been clipped down into episodes before we start pumping out newly recorded episodes. I will leave a link up there for you to be able to go back and watch the actual live stream if you wanted to catch up with the conversation. There are new episodes coming soon. This is job number 7. So without any further ado, let's get into the episode. I hope you enjoy, and we'll catch you in the next one. Around the house, but we'll be listening. That's awesome, man. Appreciate it. Okay, is that going to play ball now? Let me just do a quick test. Like I said, I'm just trying to sort out my alerts a second, because they haven't been working, but then I noticed at the end of the last, just as I was signing off last time, there we are. Awesome. Yeah, as I was signing off last time, the someone subscribed as I was on the sort of ending now screen, and I noticed that it came up, so I was like, oh cool, I'm going to change the link to that link. And then obviously in all the commotion with getting everything set up and ready, it was a tricky one. So Evening Storm, how the heck are you? I hope you're well. We are going from Östersund, which is where we finished up last time, to I think in Molde in Northern Ireland, Norway, Molde. So 10 grand job or thereabouts. So let's crack on. But yeah, I hope everyone's well. I am really sorry about last night. I was highly ambitious, wanted to get the wheel set up, because I couldn't just, because I was trying to film stuff for it, of like the unboxing and building it and everything. I couldn't just whack it on the sim rig, on the desk as soon as I got it, because I had to film that stuff first, and I didn't want to be disingenuous and set it up and take it back down and put it all back in the box and pretend like that was the first time that I was taking it. So I did all that, and then I was working a late shift yesterday, and then by the time I'd sort of put the kids to bed and we'd had tea and all of that stuff, I went to loaded the game up and nothing was working as I was expecting it to. But I think that's more of a me problem, because I still have the Logitech one plugged in, because the shifter that I've got is Logitech, so I think there was a conflict. So I managed to have a play around with it, sort of semi-gave up last night, because I was a bit miffed that I'd had to postpone the stream, because it's something I hate doing. But I sorted it all out this morning. It was a bit of a nightmare. Like I said, I don't know if at this point if it's the wheel that's the issue, or whether it's because I'm trying to run it in conjunction with a Logitech wheel and shifter, and that's the problem. But I'll do some more testing when I haven't got a stream on the line. But yes, Storm, the wheel and pedals in place, they absolutely are. I am using them. This is the first time that I am using them properly, other than to check that they are in and configured in the way that I want. Kalani, what's up, brother? Hope you're well, man. Welcome in. Hope you had a good day, good week, whatever you've been up to. But yeah, wheel and pedals firmly in place. Just getting used to all of the kinks, all of the way that it gets set out and everything. And more importantly, trying to figure out where the heck I'm going to map all my buttons. There's 20 odd buttons on this thing.
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
Logitech doesn't like running with Logitech, so I would not be surprised if other makes cause issue. The Logitech software is lousy, to say the least. That it is, mate, that it is. The problem is I didn't want to run automatic, and my shifter that I've got is a Logitech shifter for my sins.
Exit now.
So obviously that's proprietary and has to be plugged into the Logitech base. So I was hoping that I could run the Logitech shifter, which I am doing, by the way. I am. It is working now. I've had to lose the farm sim side panel, which is no great shame. I was using it for like cruise control and stuff like that, so it's not the end of the world. Obviously this has got rotary dials on it anyway, so I've been mapped one of those to the cruise control, which was the sort of primary function for the Logitech side panel at this point. I think the problem is because when the wheel is plugged in, the new wheel, it registers as on the controls page of the screen, of the settings on here, it registers as 3 controllers. So it's got the pedals, obviously, and then you've got the wheel, the actual base, the middle bit, the chunky bit, which has got the screen and everything on, and then it looks like all the buttons and everything are on a separate control to the base, the motor part. So in the control screen it registers like 3 controllers, and then obviously I run the I've got the splitter shifter gear knob and the side panel I was using. So yeah, all in all, it's been a bit of a faff to get it sorted, and that's not necessarily a reflection on the new wheel. Like I said, I need to try the new wheel without the Logitech one plugged in, but my primary focus today was getting the new wheel up and running in a way that I was happy with, that I could run it on stream tonight. So I'm doing good. How have you been? I've been pretty well, man. Yeah, technical issues aside, let's get my shifts right. But yeah, the plan is I am going to get a USB shifter anyway. So that is the eventual plan. I might order one of those next week on payday, and then that will sort out the... that will mean I can unplug the Logitech shifter.
Keep right.
But yeah, this is pretty much the only bit of, well, this is the first bit of driving properly that I've done with the new wheel. Like I said, I did have a little blast up and down the road this morning when I was getting it all set up, just to check that it was all working. But other than that, it's not been used other than to calibrating the software and everything. Had to do loads of driver updates when I plugged it in. But again, no major drama there. Logitech does driver updates all the time, so yeah, I'll play around with the settings. There's quite a lot you can do in the settings on game. not on game, on the camera software with the wheel. And I want to play around with it because you can have different profiles for different games as well. So I want to see about setting up different profiles, because you can map the little screen that's on the wheel. You can have that showing different things, so it can show kilometers per hour, miles per hour, and the gear that you're in. And then you can also customize the LED indicators of when it changes color and stuff. So my plan is I'm pretty much going to try and get it to replicate a truck RPM gauge for the perfect shift zone, like you see on the dials there. But slow down a bit. But yeah, so far first impressions are pretty good. It seems way less intrusive than the Logitech one. It's much quieter than the Logitech one, surprisingly. The fan that I was quite worried about seems very quiet. It is working because I can feel the air coming through it. But I am going to just pause one real quick sec because I need to just take my jumper off because I'm all of a sudden boiling. I am back. Yeah, so I was freezing before coming in here, and then I put my jumper on, and as soon as I've sat down, made a cup of coffee, and now I'm absolutely boiling. It's 5 Newton meters, but it's supposed to feel more like 8 direct drive. Yeah, that's exactly it. So it's 5 Newton meters constant torque, and then peak is just over 7 from the bump. I think I've got it. It's pretty much default out of the box at the moment. I haven't changed too much in the way of settings, other than the default was that the screen was set to kilometers per hour. I've got the I've got the game set to miles per hour right now on this game at least. I need to set it to, I need to do the conversion, what 320 miles is in kilometers, and then I can change it to kilometers per hour, and then I can change the dial. But you can have that set in the software. You can have a profile per game, so you can sort of do that per game. I forgot to say as well, we are hauling some tractors. The pedals are much improved over the ones I've been using for the last few months, the Logitech heavy equipment bundle ones. There's next to no give in those, whereas these have got a little bit more tension on the spring, so you can actually feel like you've got a bit of modulation ability. Whereas with those ones it was pretty much full on or full off. That was it. No matter how much you pressed or didn't press the pedal, it was pretty much all the way on or all the way off. So
At the roundabout, take the second exit. Exit now.
One of the things now that I'm using it is the flappy paddles are very small. They don't feel too bad, and they are sort of easily reached. I would have preferred them to be bigger. And I have read some reports today, because they are plastic. I have read some comments today on like forums and stuff of people saying that they broke quite quickly. They like snapped them off after a month or two. So I'll be interested to see the durability. Just because obviously having them snap after, having them snap off after like a month or two is not ideal if you've just bought the wheel. I mean, the forum posts were quite old. They were sort of from midway through the year last year. So I'm hoping there was talk on there, some Camus representatives on there said that they'd sort of reinforce the pedals, so we'll see. Like I said, this is mine to keep. I did ask for a demo unit and they were kind enough to say that I didn't have to send it back once I was done with it, so there will be long-term durability comments and videos down the line, I would imagine. It's all good. It's headlight usage. It's good to hear you've got your setup all situated. Yeah, it looks a bit of like a spaghetti junction right now because I haven't sorted all the cables out and stuff. Because I'm far from done with the Logitech one. I'd like to do some sort of comparison testing and that kind of stuff. So I will, in time, get all my cables set up again. But it's always been a little bit of a bugbear of mine is trying to figure out how to route the cables on my desk. Because I haven't got like a rig or anything like that to mount it to. I've always just had a clump of cables running across the desk to the wheel and stuff. I reckon they'll change that for their next manufacturing run and add metal paddles. I believe there are aftermarket paddles you can buy and fit. That'll be worth looking into, actually. I will definitely look into that, because that might make a good video down the line. But I'm hoping we can get enough on the run tonight that we can buy a truck. I do have a truck in mind as our first truck. That's one thing we can always rely on, actually, Rusty. The sim community will come good with the add-ons and upgrades to any wheel set. You know, like the whoa, slow down. Like the amount of add-ons and upgrades that you could add to the Logitech stuff, like aftermarket parts.
At the roundabout,
Dedicated sim rig is the dream, but money and space is the problem. Yeah, fully agree with you, man. I've had this idea in my brain for a little bit now. I have started working on it slightly, more so buying the electronic components of building like a full dashboard with a little screen and everything proper, with all the buttons that all work in the game. And my my plan had been to buy one of those you know, those profile extruded aluminium rigs, the proper ones that are all modular and you can add and take stuff off. So my plan had sort of been to make a custom one of those, or buy one and add bits onto it to be able to hold the dash as well. But it's not cheap. It's very expensive to buy those profile aluminium rigs. And then the actual buying of the buttons and pieces, I got them from a factory in China, and they're all like laser etched with LEDs and everything. And then the screens, you can buy these little 5-inch screens on sort of eBay and AliExpress and places like that, that you just link to your computer, and then you can use something like SimHub Dash to set that up as like an infotainment system. So you can have like all the stuff on the middle screen, you could have the dials and everything like that. So that is the dream. But I got 4 kids, and that's not cheap. So it's a case of, yeah, when there's money there and it's not needed for something else, I will do that. Plus on that as well, I still would like to get a Moser set up for the truck sim wheel, but again, as we were discussing the other day, that's really not cheap either. I think I sort of priced it all up with everything that I wanted. So the R5 bundle with the Moser truck wheel, the Moser truck mount, and Orkanga discovered. The performance kit and all that stuff. It was coming up at like close to £900. Probably, I think that's probably about 1,000 euros. Have no fear, Lin Yuan is here. Oh, that's an early one for you, Lin. You get off early today? I mean, not early, but it's earlier than I was expecting. Oh, for sure, with cheap 3D printing available now, it's not difficult to locate stuff. No, and you say that, and I do actually have in the garage, I do have a 3D printer in the garage. So that is one possibility, is to dig that out and set that up and see what 3D print files are out there for this. Hi Linman, hello Storm. Sincere Linman, actually. Scruffy reckoned that you didn't discover the place for the convoy on ETS on Sunday, Bodo. Is that, can you confirm or deny? No, but I'm close. Alright, awesome. I mean, you've got till Sunday to make your way back up there, so I can drive over there in like 5 minutes. Sweet. Yeah, those are on the chat. If you are planning on joining the ETS2 convoy on Sunday night, we will be heading out from Bodo, I think it's pronounced, in Norway. I drove from Oslo to Bodo today, so I'm ready. Awesome. Good stuff. Yeah, we're kicking off about the same time, about 8:30ish on Sunday. what 3D printer do you have? I have one as well. The one I have is the brand I think is XYZ, I think it's called. I think it's a XYZ Junior something or other. I bought it a long time ago from a local auction house that sold like customer returns and stuff. Got it for an absolute steal, well under selling price, and it's done me well ever since. Use it often, Kalani? Do you 3D print stuff quite regularly, or is it just for fun? Got a bit of trouble up here, lads. Bit of a collision. Stopped for a while, but it was mainly for fun and to make things to help me, like for example a drill wall mount and a battery wall mount for my drills. Nice. That's what they're made for. I've got a friend, the reason I got one is got a good friend of mine.
Turn right.
He got one when we were working together. And he basically kitted out his whole garage or shed with 3D printed tool mounts, so everything was like really well organized and mounted. And I was like, do you know what, I'm a guy that's got a big garage full of tools, I'm gonna get me some of that action. And then didn't actually use it for any of that, and just 3D printed some silly things. Are we in? I think we're okay. I did 3D print a my stepdad was going on to he's like a climber. He likes to go climbing and stuff like that, so I did he was going on a trip to France to go climbing with some people, so I did 3D print them all survival whistles. That was pretty good. They were pretty loud, to be fair, as well. Right, let's go. We're looking like on sleep. All good. I never really got to print more because I needed the table it was on for my PC, so I just took it apart to fit in my closet shelf until I got another table for it. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. I can't say fairer than that. PC is an admirable use of a table.
Take the second exit. Exit now.
If I had a 3D printer, I would spend all my time more custom. That's the core wire then. If I had a 3D printer, I would spend all my time making D&D minis. But it did cross my mind to make Warhammer minis. But the printer I've got is very, very limited in what kind of material it can, what kind of filament that it can take, and the filament that it can take upon research doesn't really bode well for miniatures and stuff like that. So if it could take more of some of the different types of filament, then I would definitely have printed some Warhammer figures.
At the roundabout, take the second exit. Exit now.
Did it only take PLA? Yeah, I think it's that one. I think it could take PLA or something called tough PLA, which pretty much wasn't that tough. But yeah, that's pretty much all it would take is PLA.
Turn left.
There's my friends, his will do like all of the types of like ABS and all the different types of polymers. Are we going in here? I think so.
It's all over now.
Right, where are we parking up? All my Warhammer stuff is in the loft somewhere. I haven't even looked at it in about 17 years. Yeah, I mean, I haven't looked at the stuff I've got for a while, to be fair. Okie doke. That's interesting. Nothing like a bit of a hard park job to get us started, eh? As we all know, I'm not great at parking. And the other thing, the downside to my printer, which I don't particularly like, but I do think they have since remedied that, is that they put like an RFID chip in the filament so that you're locked into their filament. Why is this happening? I'm just having a slight issue with the wheel, and then it keeps recalibrating itself. So let me just try a different USB port a sec. Right, I have returned. Let's have a look. I only use PLA and PLA Plus, whatever I think it's called, which was the stronger side of PLA. Yeah, it sounds similar to the one I've got. Not 40k stuff, I was only ever into the old world stuff. If memory serves, I've got painted armies for dwarves, dark elves, and undead. Nice. Sounds like the USB or whatever keeps unplugged. Yeah, on the front of my PC, I've got like 2 or 3 USB ports, and they've been a bit dodgy for a while, so I have plugged it into the back. So we'll see if that solves the issue. Shut up. So We will need to do another readjust. There you go. Let's see what we've got. Knew it. I think this is probably one of the hardest park jobs I've had on ETS. Alrighty, I think we are gonna be in. That'll do. That will do. So yeah, that's not bad. First job out of the way, on time and everything. It's 9,000 in the bank, and a new level as well. We will do another ADR. Let's do one of those. Right, job market, quick job. That was into, where was that into? Where did we get to with that? Molde, wasn't it? MLD, where's that gone? All right, guys, just as we're coming to the end of the job there, that is this episode complete. We hope to catch you in the next one. If you've enjoyed, hit the like button, have a great week, and we'll see you next time.